Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. I'm your host and sometimes referee, Zach Stat Pearson, and today I'm joined by our living legend, the officer who needs no introduction because he's a lieutenant sergeant, Matthew Cops.
Every time it gets crazier. Hey, what's up?
You're welcome. Also, the original old white G who's actually black but still sounds and reminds people of Carlton. The man whose mouth needs no explanation because no one can understand how he gets to the places he does verbally. The man, the demon, the myth, the legend. I give you Pikamitsu.
You know, I completely forgot to watch the first wild card game today, and I have no idea how that one turned out. Speaking of the NFL, he starts to come and he pulls out.
Yeah. Wouldn't be Pika if he didn't say some what the fuck situational type shit.
Hooray for transitional material.
Pretty much. Also, we have one of our new repeat guests or supporting characters if you were in the movie biz. A one field that may or may not come before or after April, a Mr. Dre Mayfield.
Long live Vegeta.
Until he gets killed again for doing something stupid and they have to bring him back with the Dragon Balls because no one wants to wish him to be immortal. Now, the man who needs no introduction because there's like 3 people who's been on this motherfucker who has his first name. The voice that can never be equaled or can never be paralleled because I'm too lazy to figure out how to spell unparalleled when I write these things. The legend, the world's tallest Gambit impersonator, Rye Guy.
Fuck yeah, dudes. I'm drinking Captain and Coke out of a wine glass. Let's do this shit.
That was the blackest
How
introduction
fancy.
I've ever heard on here, and it's ironic because it came from a white dude. All right, first topic.
Absolutely fancy.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the projects we've been working on, I get to say some of the funny shit because it's your fucking ass like writing it, and then my white ass fucking spewing it out, and like somehow that combination ends up being a little bit of magical.
I prefer the term synergistic, but yeah. By the way, you did see episode 3 in the Google Drive, right?
Yes, I will. I'm going to be getting on that. I said this once.
You know, just for shits and giggles, we should do a dry run read of it in the middle of the podcast just for no fucking reason at all.
Ah, you're all for the spoiler material, huh?
Oh, they don't care. They're actually some of the people I go to when I need a critique or I want an unbiased opinion.
Ah, fantastic.
Okay. Our first topic is going to be video game news or, you know, funny gaming stories that have happened from December to right now. So if there's a game coming out or came out you want people to look into or, you know about, that's getting an update, I don't care, you think might be the bomb, feel free to mention it. Who want to go first? Yes, I'm actually taking volunteers for the first time in podcast history. It won't happen again.
I'll go first, I suppose.
Enlighten us, Sergeant Lieutenant.
So, it would seem that Steam, the, big market of PC gaming, dare I say the ones monopolizing it,
Yes, we know
have
the Vegeta
denied
on PC.
they are now not taking Bitcoin.
The fuck?
Yep.
The
Apparently,
currency
it's
that's actually harder to steal and duplicate and fake, and they don't want to take it?
Apparently, Bitcoins are far too volatile, and apparently there's processing fees involved with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Volatile. Oh, okay. Well, I can understand volatility. For a bit of explanation, or if you're just curious about what they mean by that. Okay, so Bitcoin's values are way more volatile than most other currencies. But the thing is that the volatility has never been bad as authentic. Well, actually, no, they're both real. Has never been as bad as physical currency because no matter how much a dollar or the yen or whatever other currency you want to think of increases or decreases, the dramatic drop off is not that bad, and it's been a little bit more stable since around the 40s and 50s, or really just post WW2. Because
Whereas with Bitcoin, you
would
have
get
something that,
$5,
oh
and then
man,
all of a sudden that $5, which is perfectly fine, it can be worth $35 for the next 30 days, and then or 2 days later, it could just stay at the value of $5. Most likely, they said the volatility is an issue because it might be harder for them to write it up during tax season and shit like that. Because we all know, or for those who don't know, which is I think everyone who's never been around a rich person. Apparently, in the United States of America, whether your business is foreign or domestic, every time you hit the 7-figure mark, all of that amount that led up to it has to be organized and ready to be looked at by the IRS. So every single individual million. So if you show them the value of your money at the time, and then they have a different listing of your value of money for right now, that could cause, some bullshit. Anywhere from completely locking out all of your assets to them temporarily stopping and suspending your company's everything while they manually go in and look at shit personally, and they gonna take their sweet ass time.
Yep. And when you have the likes of Bitcoin, which can change from day to day, it gets a little bit crazy.
Well, not really, but it's only crazy if you're in the corporate level, because here's the thing. The value never goes negative. It never decreases. It always goes up, stays there, or it goes up slowly or goes up tremendously. It never goes backwards.
Yeah.
That's why it's still better than the stock market. But we're getting a little off topic. I just want to throw that explanation out there because I know even though Bitcoin is technically old-ish as far as currencies go, it's a baby. It ain't even got its first fucking tooth yet. The little rugrat bastard that could.
Yep. I see in this article here, when checking out on Steam, a customer will transfer X amount of Bitcoin for the cost of the game plus Y amount of Bitcoin to cover the transaction fee charged by the Bitcoin network. The value of Bitcoin is only guaranteed for a certain period of time, so if the transaction doesn't complete within that window of time, then the amount of Bitcoin needed to cover the transaction can change. The amount can change has been increasing recently to a point where it can be significantly different.
Yep.
Have a good customer service response to this problem. So, away goes the Bitcoin.
Okay.
Unfortunate, but oh well.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt anybody. If you got a Bitcoin, you know how to convert that shit into plastic money or paper money. And even then, there's no fee for that shit. Unless your bank is a legit asshole.
Well, yeah. So I guess it doesn't really change a whole lot. Just people need to convert the Bitcoin to a more stable currency.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Oh, and one last thing. #fuck Konami.
Well, you usually save that for the end. But, okay, I guess that works for now. All right. Who want to go next?
Well, I don't know how much I really have to contribute on this front. I guess I'll just say Reflect Studios is currently working. I see that they're actually live now doing a dev stream for Welcome to the Game 2. I provided some voices for the first game. And
this counts as news. Yes, continue. Also provide links if you want to.
Let me see here. I'll see what I can dig out as far as a link. But yeah, so I'm working for the first game. They're working on the second one right now, partly to help try to raise funds for the other game that they're working on, the full version of Rides with Strangers, which I provide more voice work for. So in the first game, I was just kind of supporting voice in one of the secret endings, but in Rise with Strangers, I'm one of the main characters. So,
well, I have an excuse to get that game.
Yes, yeah. Please do what you guys can to support Reflect Studios. Buy Welcome to the Game. Buy that. He recently, unfortunately, did end up having to, because he's run out of funds, he has had to resort to increasing the price of the other game, which is unfortunate. But he's got to get something so that he can, because Welcome to the Game, while it doesn't require as much resources, he can do most of that himself. Rise with Strangers is more detailed as far as bringing other people in, other programmers, other voice people, artists, etc. So
Cool.
yeah, it's
Well, like
the
I
guy's
said, man,
working
give
on
us-
good stuff, and I really would hate to see it not. So
Yeah, well, like I said, man, provide us links and we'll try to put it in or get it promoted. Also, I'm assuming you either A, personally know the person making this game, or you have in some way access to him.
yeah, well, the funny thing, I don't know if you guys know. Are you familiar with the game? The I can't talk the shit right now. Are you familiar with The Joy of Creation?
I am, but you should also provide a link because they're not.
Okay. Well, if you know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, The Joy of Creation is a fan made spin-off that's regarded by a lot of people as one of the best fan version of the game. Some people say it's even like better than the original, but like, you know, I'll let anybody else be their judge on that. It is very, very well made. I provided a bunch of voices for that game, starting with the Halloween edition and then continuing to the full story mode that got released late last year. But so 8-Bit Ryan from 8-Bit Gaming on YouTube, he work, and he and I ended up getting in touch. He actually ended up recommending me to him to the guy from Reflex Studios.
Ryan who voice act, whose nickname is 8-Bit Ryan.
Yes, that's.
Oh my God, you guys are multiplying. Continue.
Right? Is 8-Bit Ryan a? You're saying you know the guy?
No, I'm just surprised how many Ryans I keep hearing about.
8-Bit Ryan is he's a video game YouTuber. They run a channel on, like I said, called 8-Bit Gaming, but the two of them also have their own individual channels. It's two guys from the UK. Literally, both their names are Ryan. Like literally, that was their gig for a while. Like they recently changed it up a little bit, but for a while the thing was, "What's up, guys? This is Ryan here, and this is other Ryan here, and welcome to so." Playing the Halloween edition, and they really enjoyed it, and they were commenting on the voice work and everything like that, and they ended up reaching out to me because they knew the guy who was working on Rides with Strangers and Welcome to the Game, and they said that he was looking for a voice actor and they'd like to send me his way, so I got connected via them.
Okay,
so thanks to those guys.
They're not from or they're not working out of America. Is what
you're saying? No, they're from the UK.
Okay, I was about to say, if possible, get them in contact with me because I could tell them about the SBA program and they could possibly finish fitting the bill for the game completely through that. But yeah, give us the links to everything you've been.
As far as Reflect Studios, because Reflect Studios, I believe, is here in America. I think.
Okay. Well,
I was just saying, 8-Bit Gaming, that channel, they are based out of the UK.
Yeah. Okay, well, the studio.
So I'm.
If you know anybody, if they're having issues with finishing via income, have them or give me a chance to email them or something, or do something, and I can let them know about the SBA and places where they can go to get it. Because the SBA, the Small Business Loan for America, is completely and totally damn near. It doesn't even really need to be replaced because there are some versions of it that are a grant. They have multiple versions of it. And some are just they give you a low amount of income for a low amount of return. And that's pretty much it. It might be able to help them at least get close to whatever else it is they might need. Because I've been there before. I've totally been there. But I usually price my stuff out in advance, even though video gaming creation pricing is very, very fluid and unstable. When you eliminate certain things like, full 3D perspective, shit gets a lot cheaper and whatnot. So that's why I can always get something made for people for dirt cheap. But since they're already started, SBA might be able to help them, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, go ahead and continue to drop links. For the record, when you drop the links, you want to put it under the hashtag general, and we can all be able to see it, and we'll try to spread the love wherever we can. Who the fuck is texting me?
I don't know, but I just popped a couple. Just moved over to the general tab. I was still doing the texting page one.
Oh, okay, that's what that.
Because that was where I was seeing the recent stuff. when I first logged in. I was like, oh, everything else is from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
so
why I'm trying to keep everything organized in one place because we got 2 different choices to drop text. So I try to have everybody go into general and do it. That being said, well, I wish you and the crew, the best of luck. I've always enjoyed hearing your voice, and I hope they can help us indirectly if we help them. When we get this new YouTube show we're doing off the ground. Now,
hell yeah, man. I popped a link to the live stream in the chat. That'll obviously be able to link you right to their channel. I also popped a link to their Twitter. He's also experiencing some troubles recently. I have yet to see the full details, but apparently there was an issue where he ended up getting screwed over and got banned on Twitch. So now he's like even more in need of funds.
Is really fucking dumb. They don't have clear and concise talk. They're purposely vague and ambiguous. But then when they want to fuck with somebody who's done one little thing that's not as big as the worst thing or even close to some other shit, so it's an ongoing uphill battle. I can understand that. But we'll do what we can on our end, to say the least.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. And also, topic of games. This isn't directly video game related, but hell, it's a segue. As I was mentioning to you guys, what do we want to call it? Off camera, whatever we want to call it. I will be this next Friday here, January 12th. I will be competing in California on Wheel of Fortune.
Channel 7, right?
Whatever's local to you guys. I'm not sure when it's going to air.
6:30 Central.
Like I don't know when what date the show is going to air. Because
right.
basically how
the same day that they record them, I remember that.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, because here's how it works. They film 6 episodes in one day, times a month. So 5 of the episodes will generally air consecutively over the course of a week at some point. The 6th episode could air at any point. For example, I actually found out while I was in the process of auditioning that my boss at my job actually was on the show 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been sort of like warming me up to like what to expect and everything like that, sort of like coaching me and everything. And he was telling me his episode, they filmed it like mid to late August. Aired, I think he said the second or the last week of September. But then the 6th episode,
details, I'm assuming, when you get there or after the episode is over. But we gotta move on.
Finishing up real quick because like he was saying the last episode they aired, the 6th episode didn't air until almost Valentine's Day. So it could be like a month after I film. It could be several months before it airs, depending where I land. So as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know.
Pass it to us when you get them.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know.
Cool.
So
all right.
Continue.
So I'm gonna go and grab the mic real quick. All right. So I guess this is a re-segue or however you want to view it. Namco Bandai / Arc System Works have finally, even though they should have did it way earlier, released the minimum system specs for the Dragon Ball FighterZ PC edition. Now, I know that might not seem important to a lot of you console gamers, but here's the thing about it. Their beta test starts early. So that means that you can start playing the game before every other version of the beta test, as well as people who are going to get the game. Now, what I have to say about this minimum requirements is they're beautiful because you can use this game / play this game on an operating system that's almost a dozen years old at this point. The minimum requirements, as stated by the official website, is Windows 7 through 10. It has to be 64-bit. No 32 allowed in this bitch. The minimum for the graphics cards on the AMD side is FX 4350. I'm sorry, not graphics, I mean processors. And as far as Intel, the minimum you're going to need is an i5 3470 and 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is, that's almost ancient at this point. As far as graphic cards go, from the Radeon company, you need a minimum of the HD 6870, and you need about a minimum of 1 gigabyte of RAM on that thing. Now, in the case of NVIDIA, the minimum you can get is a GeForce GTX 650 Ti with only 1 gigabyte of RAM as well. Because that is really fucking impressive. I know that sounds weak, but that's what makes it impressive. All right. Now, the recommended requirements, though, are still from Windows 7 to 10, 64 byte. We all knew that. But recommended, as in could possibly run maximum settings, they want you to have a minimum of an AMD Ryzen 5 1400. Not sure how they come up with these naming monikers. I swear they look dumb. Or an Intel Core i7 3770, as well as a minimum or recommended amount of 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, in the case of Radeon, this is 7870 with 2 gigabytes of RAM, and a GeForce GTX 660, which I don't even think people sell anymore. Again, 2 gigabytes of RAM as the recommended. Because, wow, that's really fucking good. I know y'all don't really know about any of that, but the weaker you can run your game, the higher the chance of the profit. That's pretty impressive.
And buy the game.
You didn't miss much, Coleman. We were just going through our news segment still. All right, since you got back, Coleman, you got any news or funny stories or games and update shit you want people to know about or think about?
Okay, first off, and can you still hear me here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Just want to make sure thing didn't just randomly glitch out again. Okay. Game-wise, I don't know if any of you guys played Shantae HalfGenie Hero this past year.
Good game.
Good game. They already had one DLC expansion, the one with the risky boots. They're fat-ass titties. But the second...
Titties.
What?
No, it's just you find a way to bring up titties in conversations that didn't have anything to do with titties.
She has fat-ass titties. The DLC is based on risky boots, and she has fat-ass titties.
Have you seen Shantae? She sort of, and the characters in there sort of have...
Hey, look, I played Power
Stone, and
I've seen Aladdin. I get the concept, but ain't Shantae like 17, 16?
Look, just because they're not legal doesn't mean they are not there.
That is very true, but I
Oh, God.
Google that.
We are not condoning them. We are simply acknowledging their existence.
And so that shall be your epitaph.
I'm trying to Google talk. God damn it! Shut up. How old is Shantae the HalfGenie Hero?
Oh, God.
These are the top results.
Let's see what we got here.
Watch this. She's some
have an
perpetual
official age,
10-year-old.
but we think she's about 16. Wow, that's hilarious.
Does it say how much how old the Risky Boots character is? It was her titties that was the catalyst for this entire
Risky's Revenge. Is that the name of the game? Risky's Revenge?
The DLC, I believe it is.
Okay, well, let me see if I can look up. The character's name is Risky, right?
Risky Boots.
discussion. Like normal boots, but they take more chances.
Apparently her age is also though assumed to be quote unquote older.
Unconfirmed, most likely older than most characters.
Yep.
I will take that as old enough so that I do not have to see you guys when we visit each other in prison.
Well, not all of us. Anyways.
I certainly won't be ending up in prison. I'm the one who puts people there, apparently.
Yeah, I'd rather not go to prison. I got shit to do.
Your last name is Cops. I don't want you to get anywhere near a prison. They will fuck with you just on principle, and you know it. Like, that is the worst last name to have in prison. You might as well tell everybody your name is your ID on your chest. Like, real talk. Anyways. Okay. Well, is there anything about that you wanted to bring up besides DLC expansion titties?
I was just saying the second DLC for HalfGenie Hero just came out in December, like mid-December. I forget what the name of it is, but I think it centers around the zombie chick.
What the fuck?
Whose name I am blinking out on right now. Mm-hmm. It's made an appearance in quite a few of the games. I forget what her name is, but she has a somewhat hypnotizing hip shake idle animation.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
You know, Coleman,
What?
Match.com is not that expensive. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or you can find some way to just like place your, to hide your email address within the description there and just let everybody else find it. Then you don't have to pay a penny.
Mm-hmm. Yep, something.
Sounds like
Anyways, other than
many years ago, my second longest girlfriend that I was ever with actually was somebody I had met on Match.com way back in the day.
So
It ended as an abysmal trash fire, but for 3 years it was nice.
Abysmal trash fire.
Yeah. That ended with some shit. What I ended up having to tell her after the shit she pulled. But at least not in a public forum.
If you want a dish, go right ahead.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. Tried after she cheated on me, she tried to talk me into letting her bring her new fuck buddy over to our home on the 10th anniversary of my mom dying.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that is so
Not only is she trying to cuck you, she's trying to Uber cuck you on the anniversary of a death.
Yeah, she doesn't understand why I don't still want to be friends.
Yeah, she does. She just doesn't admit she made a mistake because she's an Arab.
That's just it. I don't know, genuinely, if she, actually just, legit doesn't get what she did wrong. Because I ended up having to tell her, after she pulled that, because it was so underhandedly, executed, too, because, it was in the morning, of the day, and I'm sitting there in my bedroom, and she comes in and she wants to talk. And she starts, apologizing for some of the things she'd been saying and the way she'd been acting and stuff like that. Because basically, after the thing, we ended up breaking up. But we were still living together in our condo until I could get my half of it sold and get my next apartment set up. But we're having an okay discussion, and it's starting to seem okay, maybe we could be friends again. Nothing more than that. I don't trust her for anything more, but maybe friends again. Then she had the audacity to be I really wish you'd let me bring Eddie over here. I mean, he's my boyfriend now. I should be able to bring my boyfriend to my home. And I ended up, I'm are you fucking goofy? You're going to say this now? I'm literally sitting here through a box of my mom's shit on my lap on my bed right now. Tears coming down my face. You can't act surprised that I'm upset. Seriously, and this is what I say that, sort of upsets some people. But I said, seriously, I hope you get a fucking yeast infection so you know what it feels like to live with an irritating cunt.
Why are people upset with you? That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, because people are oh my god, you don't say that about anybody. That's the worst thing you could say to somebody. You don't say that. I'm she deserved the worst thing I could say.
Well, the bitch deserve it. I mean, really?
She came up to you while you were literally grieving and said, hey, let me smash real quick with somebody else.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She doesn't deserve a pass, ever.
I'm they're this is the worst thing you could say to somebody. I'm she deserved the worst thing I could say. She absolutely deserved it. I don't take it back. I don't apologize. No. It takes a lot for me to say that about anybody. There's only two people in my life I have ever legit called that. Her and my stepmom. That's those are the only two people.
Dude,
so, but
yeah. My female friends a bitch because
well, most of the time they're probably acting like bitches.
When they piss me off,
they're not acting like women.
You have to earn that. If you come at me with a knife or you try to kill me or stab me, I will probably most likely definitely try to do that. But ironically, anytime a woman is trying to come at me, A, she's been drunk and probably mistook me for someone else, or B, I walked around the corner, didn't know she was in the middle of a fight, and I wasn't the intended target. And in that case, my answer is, motherfucker, what are you doing? And, I might just throw them because I don't hit them, but I've learned I have no problem with violently shaking them. But even then, again, you have to earn it. But if I call you a bitch, minimum, as my new minimum now, they would have to do what they did to you to me. Damn.
Yeah.
That is fucking
Exactly.
crazy.
Like, yeah. And thing is, like, for the longest time, she didn't seem to understand. She kept trying to make contact with me, like, after, like, a month or two after, like, to put a timeline to this, I was in the theater watching Terminator, not Genesis. What was the one before that?
The terrible one?
Salvation.
Thank you. I was watching Salvation
God.
in the theater, and not 15, 20 seconds into the opening credits of the movie, buzzes in my pocket, and I look and see that there's a text from her. And I'm like,
Dude,
oh God,
you know
what does
you
she
can
want
block
now?
her number, right?
Well, I didn't want to bother. It wasn't an issue up to that point. But like, so I'm just sitting there the entire film. Like, I didn't want to check the message in the middle of the theater and piss off everybody around me. So my mood is just fucking ruined for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, however the hell long that movie was. And what does she want to do now? Like, is she trying to like bitch me out about something? Like, what is it? And finally, at the end of the movie, I'd look and it says, and you'll appreciate this one, Zax. It actually just says, hey, they've got this cool Mighty Morphin shirt at Kohl's for $10 that you'd like. And I almost didn't bother.
So much ammo today.
I almost.
Story. I'm gonna go get my joke notebook.
Fantastic. I almost did, fantastic. I almost didn't even bother to respond to it, but I eventually finally replied. I said, "Oh, I think I've seen that one. That's the one with all 6 Rangers and the Megazord and you leaving me alone, right?"
Oh, that's beautiful.
She didn't respond to that one, and then like a couple months later, she texted me that something interesting in the mail came that I might be interested in.
She's insecure about.
Respond to directly. I just posted on MySpace and Facebook as my new status. Ryan H. Nelson doesn't feel like wasting the text to tell that certain special someone. I don't care if it's a gift certificate for a blowjob from Selma Hayek. Leave me alone.
Well, we don't
Damn.
And Selma Hayek is pretty fun, but yeah, well, doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Well, you know what that means.
Yeah.
And then the best was
How old is Selma Hayek?
Oh God.
51. Are you shitting me?
Nope, 19.
No.
She hides it well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, son.
In all the right places. All right.
So yeah, and the best. I'll finish with this blurb because eventually we got to get back on topic. But the best probably was when she came, like many years later. It had been a long time since I'd heard contact from her. Thank the Lord in heaven. But I was a couple months into my job that was new at the time, working as a dealer at the casino on Casino War, which means it was a dead table. So I'm just sitting there sorting cards, and all of a sudden I see, like, up in the top of my eyes, the top peripheral, I see a body sit down, say, "Well, I bet you're liking it a lot better here than Sam's Club, huh?" Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Like, like what the fuck? And thing is, like, technically, like, I can't deal to anybody that I know. But, like, as, considering, like, I wasn't dealing to her, it was a dead table, like, technically there was nothing wrong going on with her sitting there, but I could have still made up any number of excuses. Like, oh, sorry, you can't sit there if not playing, and I can't, converse with people, blah, 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 like, whatever. And I could have gotten the supervisor behind me to back me up, but the supervisor also figured out who this person was to me, and apparently decided it was funnier to just watch me squirm.
Wow, that's funny.
Come up with any number of excuses, but finally I'm just like, okay, you have the audacity to come over here and just start shooting the shit all biz cash, like this is okay whatsoever. Let's see where you could possibly be going with this. And she starts like spouting this crap about how she got married to the guy she cheated on me with in Vegas.
Why the fuck is that your opening?
and like all this
Oh my god!
Wow, like
about her family that I
Shit,
I'm
care
damn.
for
about
this
or
book.
want to
I
know.
know the right person. That has never happened before. Oh wait, yes, it
Yeah.
did, Vegeta. Continue.
Yeah, like and all this shit about her family that I didn't care about or want to know. The one thing, like I was at least happy to hear that her nephews were okay because her nephews were good kids and they went through so much shit. Like their parents were like various degrees of fucked up. Like well, held up their mom like poked holes in the condom to like I think that was how they had one of them. Like and then their dad like literally tried to attack his mom and my ex's mom with an axe, like on a drug induced rage. Like I'm not making this shit up. This was in the
that's
news.
pretty fucked up.
Holy shit! The bullets I dodged, possibly literally getting the fuck out of this particular romantic arrangement.
So many.
So, yeah, like and all this shit, and I'm just sitting there the entire time, just like yeah, and just silently, Lord, that the tables are nice and securely bolted to the ground. Because the entire time I'm just picturing the table flip meme just. But yeah, so well, like when I finally got tapped off of there, like I'm. For my break, I'm just asking my supervisor and my buddy who got me the job in the first episode. I'm like, does the casino give out medals to employees? Because I deserve a medal
For dealing with that.
for the fucking performance the professional performance I just gave. Goddamn.
The only
yeah.
to that entire story was that I'm using ink to come up with punchlines and one-liners instead of pencil. Oh man.
And like the funny thing was, she ended up telling me that like part of what threw me off about this was that she was in Milwaukee, which she usually doesn't like to come out to Milwaukee. She's based out of fucking Kenosha, good old Nowhere. But she would be in the casino of all places. Sort of struck me as odd, and especially on a work day during the day.
She was
and
you.
like and she. Like apparently her first time going there was the day that they had the shooting. There's been 2 shootings at the casino, like in the history of it.
I wonder whose fault that was.
Like only one time, like one person was like lightly hurt, like something grazed them, but like luckily nobody's been seriously injured and killed or anything.
But why wasn't she shot?
The first time she came to the casino apparently was the day of the first shooting, and I'm just sitting there going like, why couldn't you have been a couple tables down?
It was probably her fault. A lot of things are her fault.
Yeah. Well, thing is like, to be fair, I don't know that one was necessarily her stalking me because I was still in training when that shooting happened. Like I had just gotten the job, and I don't even know that I told that many people about it.
So she had. What would you say she was stalking you?
But she like
I don't know about that.
The thing is, like, I have actually narrowly avoided both of the shootings that have happened there. Like the first one happened during my second week of training for the job, so I was in like a completely separate building, being trained on procedures and stuff like that. And then the second one happened literally the last day of my medical leave after I had knee surgery. So like I have just missed both of them. Well, it's like I was hearing stories about the first one, and like the one that stuck out to me and sort of like informed like all the players and people at the casino was that as there were people running and screaming out of the casino, like from the sound of gunfire, apparently there's one guy sitting at a I don't know if it was Pai Gow or Bach or Blackjack or something. He's just sitting there like smoking a cigar, just going, "They better not close this fucking place down," and like just putting his bet back up on his cash.
Oh, you mean he's a rich, arrogant fuck? Wow, we came full circle again. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, rich people.
Yeah.
This money will block these bullets that are going to, go directly through my fucking skull.
Well, he had to win enough to, afford the operation he was going to need afterwards. So, because health insurance, only goes so far.
Alternatively,
Thanks,
win
Obama.
enough to pay his security.
Yeah.
2007. No, wait, sorry. 2018. We still can't get insurance to cover stupid.
So yeah, that's various aspects of my story. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're fucking peachy. Okay, now that's hilarious. I'm glad we went on that fucking tangent. All right, who's left?
Anytime, dude. I am more than happy. Like, the thing is, like at the time, yeah, like back then, it fucking hurt. Now I can tell the stories because it's fucking funny in retrospect.
I told you that's how most comedy works. It was a fucked up situation, but over time, it hurts you less, and then you can make it funny. I specifically told you that the first time we spoke.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's see who's left. Pika, no, yeah, you definitely went. Man, did you go?
Who?
You, did you go?
Nah, I got nothing.
Okay, so does Vegeta. All right, so moving on to the second topic.
Mother.
Oh, the brutality! You would think this was fucking Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 here? What the shit?
See, the thing about Vegeta is you have to remember you can beat any and everything out of him except his Saiyan pride, which has never won him a fight on record. All right.
Yep.
What characters you think should have their games made, and by what developers? For example, games to make an X-Men game, more specifically an X-Men RPG. Here's why. Because eventually, at some point in time, I'm going to be able to shift my penis to the left or right, so when I'm having a boner while I play this game, I can see what I'm doing.
Oh, you did say penis. I thought you said opinion at first, but it just sounded like penis. No, you straight up said penis. Okay.
You got that right, I did.
I just had to clarify. Damn right.
All right, I'm going to continue loading up this joke book and possibly buying new equipment for the show/company. So this will be the order. Officer, Ryan, Pika, Mayfield. Go.
Oh, geez, going for me. Go. Choose me last. I've been thinking on this all day and I couldn't.
Well, the next person in line, go.
Yes, that would be me. Let me think here. I've given this like such barely thought here. There's so many games that I would like somebody like either Rockstar or Rocksteady. It just occurred to me that two of the best companies in that regard start with Rocks. Or Rocks too.
What a way to get one's rocks.
Yes.
Fantastic. To see what somebody like Rockstar or Rocksteady could do if you gave Mega Man a wide assortment of weapons and see how he uses them in the environments, like big wide open. It could be an interesting.
Phrasing. The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Me that just froze. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said phrasing. The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh. I apparently don't know how what I said.
Hey, that's perfectly fine with me.
Fantastic. Fill me in. All right, we good. Next.
That's you, Pika.
I know. I'm just thinking characters. I don't think any games that I've played really need their characters just to have a game.
What type of gamer says some shit like that? You can call off the top of your head a character who you want to have a sequel or a new game. Come on now.
I mean, the only one I can think of is Bayonetta, and the third one's coming out for the Switch.
So you're telling me
and
that's good.
Bayonetta's was already a new Star Ocean.
No, a new one that universally doesn't suck.
Yeah, they've been kind of going downhill as of late.
Kind of. No.
I mean,
they're playing the Soul Calibur game. Ironically, they're on the same amount of games too. The first perfection, especially when you get to
first two
after number 3, fuck it.
Oh, well, now that I think about it, Soul Calibur is coming out with a new game.
And let's hope they fix
And-
their own curse.
Yeah, let's hope. I suppose Ivy should have her own game.
Oh my
I mean,
God, I
she's
walked
got a bit
into
of
that. It's my own
backstory.
fault. It's my own
Holy
fault.
shit! I think I've got one.
It
But
could
I'll
be the
wait.
quest. It could be finding out. It could be a prequel where you find out how the hell, sort of gravity manipulation to keep her boobs in place.
Why are you giving him ammo?
What the fuck happened to her, like, in general?
You
Like,
know,
what's up with Cervantes? How fucked is
She
he?
got hit with some chemicals shit, I think, in between Soul Calibur
Chicken.
1 and 2 or 2 and 3. So she has now lost the ability to fucking age.
How magical!
And she also lost the soul that was in her whip in Soul Calibur 5.
And she's slowly losing the ability to clothe herself.
No, she's slowly regaining it because every new game she somehow gets more clothes.
That is true.
She need that D.
It was going downwards like 1, 2, 3, 4, but then 5 picked back up. It's like, oh wait, she's actually wearing more stuff.
I can't.
So, what direction would you say Zax would be her like worst dressed scenario? Would you say?
I say it would literally be impossible for her to get higher than a 3 out of 40, and that's just me all ballparking it because I don't want to say eyeballing because I know what he will think. But the thing is that she wears one armored glove and
Those boobs look like eyes.
Stripper attire. What the fuck you want me to do with that? Think about it. It's basically stripper attire, but with a metal glove. Go! I challenge you, all of you. Go look up every single outfit she's worn since going from Soul Calibur 1 to 5. She doesn't get anything that remotely resembles clothes until 5. Not to mention, it's supposed to be basically the 14 or 1600s, and she somehow looks like a modern day stripper.
You already know the reason.
Yes, I know the reason, but that you know what I mean. We know how Japan is.
Erections.
It's not even a joke at this point. It's just a fact.
I think I also have another. I'll let the stream continue in order here. He was going to post a picture of this. I knew there had to be some Shantae stuff coming into the chat eventually. I was just sort of surprised it hadn't happened yet.
Is that the zombie girl?
Yes.
Yeah, sassy sway.
Fun fact, that zombie girl has more clothing fabric on her than Ivy did in half her games.
This is true.
Well, most people, like most naked people, have more clothes on than Ivy does on a general basis.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, they can't all be gold.
Anyways, all right.
So who was next in line? Because then I'll toss in mine like after that because I've already won officially.
Mayfield, did you go?
Nah.
Go.
All right, let's see here. Rockstar could sink their hands into Iron Man game and make it seem like Iron Man can just roam around California and do whatever the fuck he wants and
whoever he wants.
Shit.
Zing.
This is Tony Stark we're talking here.
No,
yeah,
and
also
it's Tony.
Drinking and dunking.
Well, him and War Machine. I prefer War Machine, but that's just another story for another time.
Yeah, you just prefer him because he black.
Whatever. See here.
Hey, he's black with personality. Okay, can we?
I don't think Zax understands that, but okay. Let's see what else.
I get it. All black people look alike to Zax. It's it's fine. He can be a little, whatever he wants.
Nah. Oh, Insomnia Games.
Dude.
The same people that's gonna be making the Spider-Man game. If it does go very well, they really should just put their brains and sink their hands into a maximum carnage game.
Ah, I would love to see some syndicate action. Yeah.
I know that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 tried and making an attempt to do that with the whole, bringing Carnage into another storyline, but that's failed. So it's really
you talking about the game.
Talking about the game, because
shit.
I don't think they did. I don't think they made a lot. Let's see what else. Gambit to have his own game. That's a possibility. Don't know who would do it though.
I will say I was pretty happy with how focused he was in the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, and I liked his arc in that. But that game, it definitely had its flaws for damn sure.
But it was still a good game, though. It was still a good game.
Most part, and especially the voice cast in that was one of the best voice casts they've had for the X-Men since the '90s cartoon. I say that zero hesitation. Cast in that one.
Well, to be
duly noted.
I mean, there's only really been 2 X-Men shows since that X-Men show. No, wait, 3 X-Men shows since that X-Men show, so they ain't got a lot of competition.
Yeah, and you're saying animated X-Men shows, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not think about that.
So The Gifted, but still.
Oh, let's see here. I know that this is going to be one of the terrible choices, but
does it involve Vegeta?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, cool.
It involves no Mortal Kombat, and it involves 2 characters in particular, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Now I know what people are going to be saying about this, but just hear me out. Now,
there's nothing mythological to talk there. No.
If everybody just hear me out, I want to talk about Mythology's Sub-Zero game that just went horribly wrong.
Yep.
NetherRealm Studios could try to redeem themselves and try to make it, try to reboot it, make it better, a little bit better, or a whole lot better, actually. And they should also, and also do one on Scorpion. We don't need to know about Liu Kang or Kung Lao or Katana or anybody else. Just focus on someone like Scorpion and try to bring his storyline up to par. I mean, everybody knows his storyline, but I would prefer to see something like a game based on Scorpion. That will be enjoying to me.
That could be very cool, but I think I can do you one better.
Oh shit!
I think we need a prequel game that delves into the life and times of Stryker. His days as a beat cop and as crossing guard, and just really focus on
Stryker? Who the fuck is Stryker? Oh, Stryker. I'm thinking William Stryker. You talking about the guy from Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah, you're still in X-Men mode, dude. Yeah, no, we're talking Mr. Backwards Catman.
Yeah, that guy.
Eventually spun that shit around to the front of him, but
It only took 12 years?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It did just occur to me now that he actually does have a friendship where he gets the other characters across the street as a crossing guard. I completely forgot about that when I was making that fucking joke too. Shit. Oops. But
I kind of want to see Storm to have a game too, but I don't know how that will work. Really don't.
Easily. All right, so
Storm, that would be sort of a god simulator thing at that point.
exactly. All right, officer, what you got for us?
Okay. Make sure you're sitting down for this one. Skies of Arcadia 2, made by Platinum Games.
Well, I have a direction. Let me put this notepad down.
I mean,
Bring this thing back down. Continue.
Sega clearly doesn't give a shit anymore.
Nope.
So give it off to someone else.
Yep.
Someone who will actually respect it.
Yup.
Give us the Sky Pirates we deserve.
Not to mention, here's the part that pissed me off. They technically already had started on the game, and then they
I know.
fuck it. Like, who
I
does
know.
that? Oh, I just made this tremendous amount of money, and I've made good decisions with my life. You know what I'm gonna do with all this money I get? I'm gonna go and just set it on fire. What the fuck?
Yep. Funny as you say, set it on fire, then we hear an emergency vehicle in the background.
Like,
But yeah, I think
Oh, boy.
that would be awesome to see.
I think Sega.
But I know we're never getting.
Yeah, because I think Sega forgot how to be awesome.
Yeah. Look what they did to Sonic.
Wait, I was about to say, what do you mean? Sonic Mania, man. Sonic Mania. Everything's okay now.
That they didn't make.
Yep.
Yeah, but they paid the people to do it instead.
That's why I said,
Okay.
let someone else who actually cares about it do it.
Yeah.
And I think we all agree, except, they pissed off the people that did it for them right after they finished it. So that's total fuckery. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but it was total bullshit.
What happened?
Okay. They wanted to put some DRM shit in the game.
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole thing.
They didn't tell nobody about it, including the people that made the game for them. So what happened was, Sega was getting the incident reports, and they immediately blamed fucking whatchamacallit. They blamed Whitehead Studios or whatever they were called. I'm sorry, I wish I knew their actual name. And they turned around and said, no, this was not in the build that we submitted to you. We didn't fucking do this. Sega, would you like to explain, or can you tell us what the fuck this shit is? They were basically being polite, and they didn't have to be like, Sega, why the fuck you trying to sniff us, bitch? That's what they should have said. And now we may not even get any type of a sequel because they could have permanently or irreparably damaged their relationship. Because first off, you got to remember, or as we all know, these guys, they didn't need Sega's permission to make hacks and mods of the game. They hired people who were modifying and hacking the old games. So they could just say, fuck you, we're going to make our own shit now. And you've given us enough credibility, aka pimp status, to where we could potentially get our game to be more popular or better liked than your shit. Like, I don't know why they would do something so fucking stupid. It's every time they get the world in their hand, and then they say, you know what? Let me put it in my grease-filled other hand while I juggle it. And they act like nothing's gonna fucking go wrong. And it just aggravates the fuck out of me. Like, to no end, why the fuck would you do something like that?
I'm son.
But yeah, that's what happened. So now,
Yeah, I didn't catch the full, like,
their relationship.
Yeah, all I knew about that was like around the time the game first came out. I know that a lot of people were like having trouble playing it because of the DRM thing. That it eventually got fixed like a couple days later, I want to say, but like that was the extent of what I heard about it. So yeah, this is my first time hearing the rest of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bullshit. Excellent work, Sega.
Yeah.
You
okay.
done good.
As far as I go, well, besides the X-Men thing, I got another one, and I know a lot of you old school gamers, which I think, well, at least in this podcast, is all of us, are gonna like.
All right.
I want to see the third entry, or technically fourth, but chronologically speaking, third numbered or subtitled series. I want to see a third entry in motherfucking Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Give me that.
Made
shit.
by.
Give me that shit. And you know who I want to make it? Not Square Enix, because they proved to me that they're real good at fucking shit up. They proved to me that they're real good at fucking shit up. So,
Okay.
you know who
You're right.
You know who I want to make it?
Who do you want to make it?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I want a combination I want a
I'm
combination.
so glad that you asked us to ask.
I want a combination of Namco Bandai and Platinum Games, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because first and foremost, as we all know, or at least we figured out from the Final Fantasy game, the remake of 7 coming out, that when you upscale an old school game, especially if it was 2D, into the new world, all the data goes up almost 5 times what it used to be, especially the world map data. So I want Namco Bandai to work on making the overworld and the map and the areas, and I want Platinum to handle the combat of all the characters. Just imagine doing those team combos in game, but there's actually another person controlling the fucking other character.
That
I feel so
would be fucking awesome.
Yes, yes. Even the throwing attacks would look cool because you had to time them with your buddy. X Strike is the most boring shit I've ever seen in a. It's for a super move in a video game. Oh, you have your sword, you're gonna run to the left. Cool. I have my sword, I'm gonna run to the right. Yay! But imagine trying to, like, you know.
Well, as some people's first ever dual tech, like that was pretty neat at the time.
At the time,
Well,
but that
it was
94 or 95.
the funny was when you had the two of them lined up perfectly, and it looked just like a straight line instead of an X. But,
Yeah, that was weird. And then it reminded me of Xenogears.
But for the record, fucking Frog Squash, don't even fucking at me, bro.
Frog Squash.
Technically,
Love that move.
Technically, if you stop and think about it, though, since we're in the day and age, or they would be so far enough in the chronology. Sorry, I can't talk. In the chronology where he would be a fucking human again, you know, those moves would probably go bye-bye. If you stop and think about it.
Some. Others would be just altered.
Yeah, and then there's the whole Luca.
And maybe he ended up getting some plastic surgery to get some tongue enlargement and stuff, you know.
And then there's Luca. Did I ever tell you guys about Luca, or did any of you remember a game called Xenogears?
She showed up.
Yeah.
Very beginning.
It's not like she's like a crossover or some well, she is unexplained, but it's not like she's, you know, a cameo Easter egg thing. She's actually in the game, and it's not even explained why, but it's actually her. She tells you who she is. And
which entry in Xenogears? Because I have, I think, the first Xenogears. I didn't get very far in it, but yeah.
Are you thinking of Xeno Saga?
He's thinking of Xeno.
Yeah, he's talking about Xenogears. It's like in the very beginning of the game.
Was the one that had like the subtitle on it that was German?
That was Xeno Saga.
That was for the PS2. Xenogears was for the PS1.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah.
Bad then.
She's just there.
I thought that was.
She teaches you how to save the game. So she's one of those characters that breaks the game, but she's not an Easter egg. She explains to you how to save the game, and it shows you, I am the all-powerful, ever intelligent, super long dialogue that gets cut off, Luca. And then she does her life. Like, you could tell, like, holy shit, she's basically Bulma. But it's with Vegeta arrogance. Moving on. Okay.
Oh, that's Luca in a nutshell, yo.
Don't worry, she doesn't have Saiyan pride.
Yeah, I have always wanted to see.
Oh, okay.
I have always kind of wanted to see some area of a Chrono Trigger game where you could actually play as the real Glenn, not the fucking character from Chrono Cross that just was named Glenn and pissed all the fans off because of it.
But he dual wielded swords and was like one of the best characters, gameplay-wise.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was totally fine, but it pissed a lot of people off to find out it wasn't the same Glenn. And it's like, hey, there's no way you couldn't have noticed that.
Yeah.
That shit was infuriating. And then why the fuck is Magus hiding? There's no one for him to hide from. Like, what the fuck? No one in the game even got a scythe weapon either. Why did Magus feel the need to hide who he was? Literally, no one was after his ass.
Lynx might have gone after him.
Yeah, but it would be just...
Certainly he'd kick Lynx's ass, though, easily.
Yes. Yes.
The one thing I would demand, though, of a new Chrono game is fucking get with it with the dual text and triple text. Fucking... that was kind of disgusting in Cross that there was only like a handful of dual techs and like two
So,
triple
hey,
techs in the whole
at
game.
least they got the most important one. Extra.
You know, you've got me there. You're right. Chrono Cross is a perfect game now. That's right.
I'm joking.
Thanking me for showing me the way.
I kind of appreciated, though, how they had the little callback with one of the triple techs with Slash.
Here's what pisses me off. 44 characters, and there's only like 6 different fucking team attacks.
Exactly.
44
Yeah.
playable characters that you can actually get on one save file, and there's 6 team attacks. Oh, look, I put in a link. That baffled me. That baffled me to no end. You know you want to click it. Anyways, all right, so.
I was stunned. I'm like, this can't be right. And I kept like trying other shit. And I'm like, no, like the legend is true. There's
and then
like
my favorite one, the girl who has a twin that's dead. I don't remember her name, but she has an attack.
Orla.
Her twin manifests herself into the physical realm. How the fuck do you lose a fight? She's a ghost. No, not a ghost. She's a specter. She's a fucking specter. She can hit things, or is it poltergeist? I don't know. She can hit things, and things can't hit her back. Just have her beat the whole game.
well, then you wouldn't have a thorough and exciting and challenging gameplay experience now, would you, Zax?
Well, that at least is
Let's go ahead
true.
and apply logic. They're like, this is worst stress scenario. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's there's sure good reasons why Rita Repulsa and Rancic and the others don't attack the Power Rangers in their sleep. You know, it's
Well, they're not after the Power Rangers specifically. They want them out of the way. What their actual goal is just to completely take over the fucking world. But no matter where they go, who's going to pop up? So you might as well deal with them when you find them.
I sort of appreciated like the couple seasons like where they actually gave an explanation of like why like that was one of the few things I liked about Ninja Storm was like they actually were like, hey, well, you know, a Ranger's power is going to be taken while they're in full Ranger form, so that's why we got to fight them morphed. Like, all right.
Not to mention, she actually wanted their powers. So she wanted to get their power coins too. So, I mean, they're only going to have it, and when they have it, they're not just going to say, oh, hey, Rita, here it is. They're going to morph in front of her. So you need to have somebody come down and beat their ass. Like when the only reason that the Rangers technically got away when the Zords got blown up, because, you know, more money, more franchise, more Zords, was because once they came out of the Zords, the giant monster is a giant. He can't pick them up without squashing them, and he might destroy the power coin. So it's completely reasonable for them to, you know, be able to hide or run off after their Zords got blown up. Although it did make me cry as a little kid. I didn't like when the Zords got blown up.
Oh yeah, the Thunder Zords like tearing apart, like that was fucking brutal. Absolutely. Like I loved that. And hearing Kim screaming, like that was like some of her best acting was like right there, just like running at the Zords as they're fucking in a destructive inferno.
Yeah.
And it even showed that they clearly know where they live. Like there was that one time like Squat like went and straight up fucking climbed in Trini's window, snatching her fucking people up, having that doll and shit. And it's like like she's right over there.
Holy shit! I completely forget. You know what I didn't completely forget? They have Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, and Pinky and the Brain now all on fucking Hulu. Just want to point that out.
And there's apparently going to be new season of Animaniacs.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
That's what I heard.
Oh, okay. Well, you heard that. I heard a lot of things too. But when you get proof, let me know. Don't get me wet for nothing.
Returning a little bit to the topic of like who could make what. I have another contribution. It may be go to just say like, oh, put these characters in a Capcom fighting game.
Yeah, continue.
But like actually going also back to the Final Fantasy franchise. So if you got Final Fantasy, like I know they've had stuff like Airgase or
Fun fact,
all that shit.
Game is actually incomplete.
Yeah, but Capcom fucking like you just swap in Barrett and like have his fucking gun arm open up to like have like all these fucking rotating shit like we saw it in Advent Children, but picture that like on a fucking grand scale, just like blasting lasers and missiles across the screen and like
what type of game
Sid
made by
calling in fucking orbital strike and shit.
What type of a game and made by who, bro?
I'm saying Final Fantasy game, like a fighting Final Fantasy game made by Capcom is what I'm saying.
Are you sure you want Capcom to do it?
I know that like right now
do
that
you
might
want
be
your
a little controversial of a stance.
DLC?
I know that might be a controversial stance right now. I'm just going like for as far as the presentation and aesthetics, like that's sort of pretty much
puns and one-liners. For example,
yeah.
You see these microtransactions, Ryan? This is how we get microtransaction. You just can't leave things like this laying around at Capcom.
I know, and that's one of the things we'd have to iron out down the road. But as long as you got like a base to work with, then negotiations can sort of open from there. And also, and then also,
he has hope.
And then
hope
fucking bottomless
road to disappointment.
Yeah, like I am stupid with hope.
Optimism is not something you should have when you say Capcom in the same sentence.
Optimism isn't the thing you should have with most things in the world these days. I don't know if you've looked around, but like that's my thing. Like I'll always like even when somebody does something shitty around me, like I'll try to like rationalize to everybody like some reason as to like why they did this. Like maybe they were trying to do this and they meant this and instead, but it's like no, they fucked up and it's like, oh, god damn it, like I want to try to give the benefit of the doubt. Like I know that they just probably were stupid and fucked up and they're just horrible fucking people, but I want to believe that there is a fucking reason behind it. So, and that makes me naive and stupid and maybe the last bastion of hope on this earth.
Well, I wouldn't say naive and stupid, more like, again, optimistic, which isn't necessarily...
Foolishly optimistic.
But, yeah. Really optimistic. But also in the Capcom fighting game vein, we're already halfway there with Marvel. With them running like Marvel games, and if they get it back on track as far as the selection of characters and everything like that, Marvel folks could be fighting in a Capcom fighting game. I think you probably see where I'm going with this.
Yes, we all want the mutants to come back, and it's possible now. But the question is
I was going actually the Marvel versus DC route just now.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, and it sucks that it probably will not. Like, we can, who knows? Let's never say never. Like, there's a lot of shit that's happened over the last few years where it's like, how the fuck on the earth did that ever happen?
Ninja Turtles in a Mortal Kombat game.
Exactly. That was exactly the example I was just thinking now.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking, yeah, I damn near had a stroke on it. Well, first thing, when I first saw it, when I first saw the trailer or like the thumbnail for it, I almost didn't click it because I'm like, oh, this just looks like some fan-made like mock-up, like because you see the ones where like the dude made the fake trailer where it had like the Terminator on it and like some other shit. I didn't fall for it, but I saw it and then it was like this actually like fairly impressive for something fan-made. Like you can tell it's probably not real, but it like looked. So I'm just looking like, oh, this is probably some like fan trailer or something like that. And then I continue to watch them like, oh shit, this is the fucking real deal. All right, well, so hi everybody.
Okay.
But it would be fantastic to see a Marvel versus a Marvel versus DC game, and especially if you unlock like as like a special mode or like special characters or at least the bosses, fucking get back to Amalgam.
Yeah, I don't understand Amalgam. Like, does DC own it? Does Marvel own it? Do they share it? Why are they doing nothing with it?
They share it. That's the thing. Like even
Why
like
are they both doing nothing with it? Shit.
well, because they're apparently kind of at each other's throats in theory these days.
What do you mean?
Like they haven't done
This not a these
crossovers
days
with
thing.
each
They
other
have
in a
entire
long.
decades where they're up each other's ass.
Yeah, but there's also over the decades been
Cash.
there's also been over the decades plenty of crossover between the two. Like if you're looking back at stuff like
Spider-Man
X-Men
and
versus Teen Titans,
Mhm.
Spider-Man, Batman,
3 times. 3 fucking times.
Avengers, Avengers versus Justice League, all sorts of stuff. And now both companies are still doing crossovers with other companies, but they haven't done a lot with each other lately, which
Even
is
though they both got
unfortunate.
the same fucking writers.
And and now especially now that Bendis just announced his move to DC, which
Dude,
was
his whole
fairly
Instagram
shocking.
lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like I follow that dude on Instagram, bruh. He's gotten more views on all the shit for DC than he has almost anything else he has. But at the same time, let's just say the comments ain't exactly all positive.
Yeah, like I don't know what to think of it because especially when you look back at it and listen to the days when he was straight up saying I would never work for DC, I would never work for anybody but Marvel, and blah 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 and all this stuff. And then he straight up
4 years ago.
But and I'm torn.
Black kids.
I'm torn on his writing. Some of this stuff is really fucking well written, but a lot of the stuff sometimes he either takes shots that are unnecessary. Like in New Avengers,
No, we don't
he straight up.
We gotta move on. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, but what I was gonna say, as far as the amalgam stuff, it would be great to see, even if you have special, certain characters, tagged to each other, that could be their tag team crossover is they fucking amalgamate and just.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see fucking Darkclaw again. So, yeah.
Okay.
Just get as the final boss, an amalgamation of Doomsday and Onslaught. Just
that would scare the living shit out of me. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Venom and Vegeta. Well, okay.
I don't know, but Vegeta was said, therefore a loss was incurred. Anyways, okay. So moving on to our final.
Now with Vegeta and Venom, same.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Vegeta would, and then Phantom Venom would somehow lose because he's got Vegeta DNA in him. Half Vegeta, and even when you've only got half Vegeta, you do instantly better. Just ask Trunks. Now, all right. So moving on to our final topic. Now this one may be a little bit iffy, so feel free to Google shit while I'm explaining it because I'm gonna go first. The future, and I do stress the term future, of media storage. We have currently on the market cartridge-based storage for our electronic data. We have physical CD storage for our electronic data. And we also have the eternal, ever-popular cloud storage, even though that shit is not infinite and it's completely finite. So, my question to you guys, since, everybody is kind of sort of in this cesspool of equal footing right now, I stress the term right now, my question to you guys is, who do you see becoming the dominant force in the future in regards to media storage? Do you see it being cartridge, the old man in the bunch? Us going back to a CD evolution, CD, DVD, Blu-rays, or do you think the cloud is going to come and rain down its unwielding supremacy upon us? And as always, why or why not? In regards to why you think this one's going to win or beat such and such. And I'm going to go first. I think there might be a fusion, or rather, I think disc is going to have a resurgence, I should say. No pun intended. Because here's the thing. Even though Blu-rays or Black-rays are the premium creme de la creme commercially, there is a few things that are better. And those few things that are better are fucking very, very better. Of course, I'm aware that's grammatically incorrect, so don't nobody give me no shit about it. But basically, what I'm getting over to you guys is that there's a new type of disc, or really, I guess, by now it's almost 7 years old. But there's a disc format out there, out in the wild, that is extremely stupid powerful, but just hasn't been picked up by commercially. And it's called 5D disc. Now, the 5D disc is basically exactly what
That's
it's...
a lot of wieners.
Wait.
What?
5D.
Yes.
So, car games and motorcycles?
What?
Oh
Dude,
boy!
Stop! Don't bring Yu-Gi-Oh in a fucking podcast house right now.
You said 5D,
You
man.
stepped in the wrong hood, goddammit. You stepped in the wrong fucking hood.
Yeah, he summoned himself into the wrong hood in attack position.
Mm-hmm.
I can take it.
Oh,
Anyway, you were saying?
I bet you can. Anyways, all right. So the thing about the 5D disc is it's kind of sort of a nickname, but it's stuck. The way or the reason it works and why it got the name it does is because data is read on all sides of the disk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, you could always do a dual layer disk. You know, it's just top bottom. Nope. Nope. If you pick up a disk right now, the places where you can possibly have data that can be read are as follows. The inner ring area, the outer ring area, that's 2. The top layer ring, and the bottom layer ring. Now that's 4. So, but I don't know why it's not called 4D disk or 4D something. I'm working on the impression that the name was already taken on some level, but that's pretty much it. Now here's a brief explanation from Tim Youngblood. I wonder if that's his actual last name or not, from allaboutcircuits.com. Scientists at the University of Southampton have developed a 5D glass disc that can store 360 terabytes of data for billions of years. Let me say that again. Billions with a big ass B of years. The discs are made out of nanostructured glass, and the data is stored and retrieved using femtosecond laser writing. No, I don't know what that is. These disks store data for up to 13.8 billion years. That's
It means you're not going to have to blow as hard in the...
What?
That it means you're not going to have to blow as hard on it when you put it in the system to get it to play.
You know what? I get the reference, but it still came out wrong. These disks can store data for up to 13.8 billion years. More specifically. That's over twice the estimated age of the Earth and about equal to the estimated age of our universe. Essentially, the discs are made by a laser that can make microscopic etchings in nanoglass. That is fucking insane.
That is a long time to keep watching the same porno over and over again.
Yeah, it is. I'm also going to send you guys an example image of what a laser imprinted 5D disc looked like. I promise you guys are going to like it. I don't know what Berserk has to do with any of this shit, but I'm going to ignore that. No, like
Femto, man. Anyway, you like?
No, I'm sending you guys what the 5D glass disc looked like, and I promise you, you're going to like it. Or at least most of it. Oh, and by the way, it's going into the general section, you rat bastards.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, gentlemen, those are 5D discs. Beautiful, isn't it?
The hell?
Yeah. Yeah. Those little etchings, that's the fucking data. You could shape the way the data fucking looks.
How very artistic.
Right? Okay. So,
I still remember being shocked, like when I was a kid. I didn't know a lot about CDs, so the first CD I got was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie soundtrack.
yeah, good times.
Being stunned that they were actually able to put like the pictures of the Power Rangers and stuff like that right there on the disc. I'm like, that's amazing. They went through all this trouble, and it was later they find out, oh, that's how all discs are. Okay.
Don't worry, I've been there too. All right, so.
But as a kid who grew up on fucking cassette tapes, I thought it was fucking fascinating, and don't even at me.
No, dude, exactly. Dude, we're all from the same generation. A CD player was a luxury that you drooled over when you saw a teenager come near you with it. Like, Walkmans were king. Okay, so basically, essentially the discs are made by a laser that can make microscopic etchings in nanoglass. So what exactly do they mean by 5 dimensionals? Long story short, we think of our universe in terms of 4 known and easily perceivable dimensions. The first 3 dimensions are, well, we all know the XYZ axis. The fourth dimension is obviously time and space. But the fifth dimensional disc made by the University of Southampton are not time traveling devices, obviously. They can view parallel universes, but instead tiny patterns printed on 3 layers within the disc. So there's 3 layers inside the disc instead of just one base layer. That's insane. Depending on the angle they are viewed from, these patterns can look completely different. This may sound like science fiction, but it's basically a really fancy optical illusion. In this case, the 5 dimensions inside of the disc are the size and orientation in relation to the 3-dimensional position of the nanostructures. The concept of being 5-dimensional means that one disc has several different images depending on the angle and that one views it from. And the magnification of the microscope used to view it, basically, each disc has multiple layers of micro and macro level images. So you're looking at 7 pieces of data from one angle, but the minute you change the angle, you can look at another 7. So imagine I'm shining a light on Vegeta. And then when I shine the light, I move it slightly to the left, only by a small nano level of inches or centimeters or millimeters, if you will. And he instantly has already lost the fight. And then when I move to the next angle, only by millimeters, they're reviving him with the Dragon Balls, and he's claiming he can never lose a fight because he has the pride of all Saiyans. And then in the next angle, he won a fight. But the minute I move one more angle, the 5th angle, he woke up from that dream.
Oh.
Hey, Dre.
Oh, I can't wait for the link to this one.
January 14th. Go ahead.
You said what?
January 14th.
What?
Come at me. Come at me, bro. January
I'd rather not, because you'll be slow.
More game for me, shit. I'll fight anybody in the beta, especially if they use Vegeta.
Hold on. What's in January 14th?
It doesn't matter. Anyways. All right. So, yeah, that's a 5th dimensional disc. Personally, I think this is going to be the future. Not so much for movies, because they're not going to be at a point where they need...
Not now.
What?
I was talking to my mom.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I don't think movies are going to need this level of data anytime soon, or if they do, it'll be only for CG like Pixar movies. But video games, this will definitely come in handy, especially for those people that want to physically produce an MMO disc, and so you don't have to run an install or something that's stupid long, because all the data is just readily available to be read, and even if it's not, you just got to do a slight angle. The potential for this, to me, is insane. I think that if they can make it, or if they can make sure that the durability is halfway decent, or they make it so you can put it in a protector case, and that, no matter what happens, as long as it stays in a protector case, it'll work perfectly. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but that's actually how internal and external hard drives are, a lot of them. There's actually a really thin film, plasticky black disc that the data gets pulled and read from. But we don't know it because, we see those big, bulky-ass, thick-ass hard drives, and we assume, okay, it's the whole device. No, it's actually inside of there if you disassemble it. And it looks like a flimsy piece of plastic. And if anything goes wrong with it, shit, your data's fucked up. But that's why the outer casing is so powerful. They could do the same thing with this black disc. Now, the only thing I can't find, though, is that how much would just one of these discs cost commercially if they were to, say, release it anytime soon? Southampton universities are already looking for partners to invest in this technology so that it can be commercialized in the future. So I'm assuming it's not that expensive.
This could be amazing. This could be powerful enough. We could maybe fit all 11 Mega Man games on the same disc. That could be amazing.
My God, but Crapcom wouldn't do that.
You know what'd be cool? If they made a real Mega Man collection where it has everything from Mega Man 1 all the way to whatever the fuck came out last. I'm talking X, Battle Network Legends. Dude, all of those games combined are less than 30 gigs. How much does a Blu-ray disc hold again? Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know if you were like looking to us for an answer to that one because I
It
don't
was
know.
rhetorical.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, a Blu-ray disc maximum holds 50 gigabytes, jackasses. Anyways. All right, who want to go next? Let me see here. Pika, because you've been too quiet. Stop staring at titties.
Okay. No, I'm not staring at titties. I'm
Lies
just passing the time.
with titties.
But anyways, I really don't see like the kind of storage that we have right now. Like, I always just think of storage as okay. I've got my external hard drives. Do I want them to have just the regular like spinning disk ones, or do I want them like solid state and all that jazz? And all these terabyte plus external hard drives that we've got now, and all of the disk-based storage that we've got, I really just think that disk-based storage kind of fell to the side when external hard drives got smaller in physical size and bigger in storage size. And right now, unless you're doing like hardcore like video editing, or you are just like the hoarder of porn,
Wow.
then you don't really need too much storage nowadays because games aren't requiring that much installation space.
Nigga, do you know how much every Call of Duty
you're really
takes?
not doing too much of space.
Every Call of Duty for like the past 4
I
years.
played Call of Duty on consoles.
Wait, what?
So I've played the last I don't know how many Call of Duties on console. I can't remember the last time I've played a Call of Duty mainly on a PC. But anyways, I just honestly think that we aren't really gonna need that much more storage until we start improving more like important things. Like, what's gonna make us need a whole lot more storage? Like, we gotta have
4K
that
gaming.
next big jump in technology.
I feel like it'll be 4K gaming.
So,
Cause I think I told you about it about 6-7 years ago, but we outpaced the movie industry now. So if anybody's gonna be using all that data, it's probably gonna be us. That's right, movies, get the fuck out the way.
Gamers have taken over.
God, yeah, it's like the movie industry is the Vegeta of fucking data.
No,
it's not that.
They are a sore loser. They want the guy on top, Goku, aka video games, to lose so they can gain more relevance. But anytime some shit pop off, they always look to him for help.
No, that's not how it goes down.
I am the movie industry. I can never lose. You will all bow before the king of all media and entertainment. Everyone goes and sees movies. Nothing will ever make more money than us that involves entertainment. Well,
it's called Disney.
Yeah, and then look what made more money than Disney. Oh, what's that? What was you saying about video games, movies? Oh, you want to make a licensing deal because you want your shit to be a video game because that's where the most money's at? Oh, okay. Well, you just polish up my nutsack real quick and trim up them hairs. They're getting a little curly, and we'll talk business.
That is not how.
You forgot the part where they tell him to bend over.
No, they.
Well, that's implied.
No, yeah, it's implied. I mean, how else they gonna polish them balls?
Unless they're a fucking giant and somebody can scrub their balls just standing up,
Yeah, well, Vegeta is a midget, so yeah.
So is Goku.
And Vegeta's shorter.
So is Krillin.
Wow, you're comparing yourself to Krillin. Good job.
At least Krillin's a better dad.
Damn, it's funny.
Krillin is not a father. I don't know where you got that from.
The fact that he has a daughter?
Just because he's dead doesn't mean,
He does indeed have a daughter. With Android 18.
Literally, supposedly one of the hottest women in the entire franchise. So Yeah.
Both
Krillin
Android.
got you beaten all types of ways.
But he had sex with an android.
What's your point?
They're really more cyborgs than anything.
Yeah, it's just English has terrible naming labels, and they don't actually know that there are differences between an android and a cyborg. There's literally only one difference, but it's important, and that's why they can have children. They weren't fucking created in a laboratory. They were modified. They were always human.
But didn't Krillin just technically sleep with the enemy?
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
She wasn't the enemy then.
No.
Yeah, she was. Wasn't she?
Was.
Not when she got together with Krill, though.
But that's sleeping with the enemy right there.
No, it's not. The fuck, dude. The fight was over. Plus, they weren't
long
able
over
to kill Goku at that point because half the squad could beat the shit out of him. It didn't matter if they had infinite energy if everyone can pound you before you can gather enough to kill everybody. Did you not see Trunks basically took out both the androids that terrorized his entire timeline in like less than, or really just 2 minutes, and half of them talking to them? He could have done it instantly. What was
and then took on Cell as a little side project.
She could have kicked Vegeta's ass. Yeah, that's what she could have did. Oh wait, she did. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna leave Vegeta alone one of these days.
Oh, I'll leave him alone after he loses again.
But he always loses.
January 14th. January 14th.
Oh yeah, that's when that episode shows up.
No, that's when the beta starts, and that's when I start beating up Vegeta's. It's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
Let it go.
Nah, this ain't Frozen.
No, fuck you. I have to hear that fucking song and fucking karaoke on Friday nights way too many fucking times.
Did you forget that
Just
that has not so much man-childs as woman-childs? 30 and 40-year-old women who are obsessed with Disney is not necessarily a bad thing. Well, obsession is unhealthy, but like Disney, but it's still
no. You gotta remember. You have to remember.
What?
I work in a family fun center, which means all ages come down there, which means more often than not, all the people that are going up and singing on stage, I really mean in the loosest term, singing on stage, are like between the ages of 4 and 10 or 11. They horribly butcher the fuck out of songs. Man, I have to sit in the back, or I have to be out on the floor doing stuff, listening to the shit on a weekly basis every Friday night.
How are you not bringing?
I'm sorry to hear they're fucking up Tenacious D so bad for you.
That is really.
Oh, they're fucking up everything. Although I do find it hilarious that one like little 7-year-old boy was up on stage singing Beastie Boys' "Fight for Your Right to Party," and then he uttered the line, "And my mom took away your best porno mag." I'm like, wait a second, what?
What?
Okay then.
Like some 7-year-old, some 7-year-old just up on stage, just talk about my mom took away my best porno mag. I'm like, okay then, right.
Me, one of my bosses was showing me in the break room the other day this video on I forget where it was on. It was passing on Twitter or Facebook or what, but of this kid who's like probably like 15 or something like that. His mom caught him, in the act of having some self fun.
His mom caught him, beat him off. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. No use to that. He was really cranking it. And like
why would you first off, if you didn't see your kid doing that and they don't know you're there, just fucking slowly get away and come back later.
No, but like, and like she like actually started like videoing like him like when he was coming like after the fact because like he was trying to say like his
video was coming. What? No.
Damn it.
Anyway. Perhaps Zax might not make such an awful father.
Yeah, let's move beyond that choice of word. because it was just what I had to offer.
He starts to come, but then she pulls out.
Like you said, she was recording them.
She recorded like after she had caught him.
Why?
Like she was filming him like him like making excuses like after the fact. Like
what the fuck?
Like he was saying all this shit that like
over his hands and shit.
Like
clean up.
He was like a sort of a punishment thing because like he was saying like oh well, no, like because I was like downloading something and it ended up like my computer got a virus and it scared me and that made my pants fall down. Like tears in his eyes, like trying to pull this off, and I'm like, oh my god, like seriously, just so you know, boss, like if we see a news article in the next couple of days that this kid fucking killed himself, like, well, here's the fucking catalyst right there.
I mean, shit like that does happen. There are children that are...
Oh, absolutely. Like, that is absolute suicide material right there. Like, have it spread all over the internet by your mom that you got caught fucking jacking it to porn.
First off, you can sue for shit like that. Like, you can genuinely sue. She fucking wrong on so many levels. Why the fuck did she feel the need to call him out on this shit?
Yeah, that was the part that bothered me. I'm like, wow, this is like
think it was funny?
Next level.
Not terrorizing him, shit.
Yeah. Funny and also punishing him for like trying to lie to her about it.
Awful parents out there.
Like, stupid doesn't begin to describe her.
Yeah, like there's some level of like, yeah, like try to keep kids in line and like try to keep them kids or whatever. Like I get the aspects of that and like trying to like, you know, be able to expose them things in a controlled environment, whatever. And there's also, you know, sometimes you can just leave it at like, well, zip up and come down to dinner. You know, like you don't have to.
I mean, yeah, like,
the entire national, the internet.
Completely ignored and didn't acknowledge that they ever caught me, you know, diddling myself. But realistically, if they do, that's the only thing I want to hear about it. And even then, I prefer it being a text. Don't say that shit out loud. I don't care who's around. I don't care if I'm the only person in the room. Don't just text. When you finish, come downstairs for dinner. Yeah, don't blurt that shit out loud. No thank you.
Yeah, I think. Let me see.
Okay, so yeah.
I might have actually found the link.
Who wants to go next for the storage?
I honestly don't have a whole lot to say on this. I mean, after the revelation that you just brought up, shit.
Just say you think 5 Disc is gonna win.
I got.
Oh.
Peace.
Hey, Ryan, you know why 5 Disc is gonna win and take over everything?
Is it something about Vegeta?
Yes, it's because
Lord have
Vegeta.
mercy.
It's made by Southampton University.
Okay, what's that to do with Vegeta?
Bro.
Alright. So let's see. Ryan, Format Wars, who you think gonna come out on top?
That's a better copy of the link. Pop the link to the other thing in the chat.
Gotcha. So yeah, Ryan, who you think gonna win the next Format War?
If we're talking storage, I think we got to give this one because like they can fucking put information anywhere. They let you put information on your fridge.
Shut up! You're cutting out at random. Start from the beginning.
Am I coming in clearly now?
Now you are.
Yeah, I think we can't count Post-it out of this race just yet. I mean, because with them, you can put information anywhere. You can put information on your fucking refrigerator, okay?
This motherfucker said Post-it. No, shame on you.
At least he didn't say floppy disk.
Or Vegeta.
Don't you know Vegeta is floppy disk?
Oh, well, you can.
Right.
Well, you can put a picture.
Motherfucker.
Well, you can put a low res picture of Vegeta onto a floppy disk, and then pull it up on your screen, and then put a post-it note on his face in the screen.
You can't, because if you put Vegeta on, it'll instantly corrupt all the data.
Corrupts the data.
I'm so glad.
January 14th.
Got some for y'all.
Yeah. Some Dragon Balls.
This is when he goes on a fucking shooting rampage. This is the piece of evidence that.
Well, he does own like 2 or 3 guns, so.
Oh my.
Who?
You.
No, not yet. Come on.
But now he just ends up going fucking like in the middle of like a mall or a GameStop or something.
Everybody heard that he said not yet.
I got to train like Vegeta and become strong.
Yeah, become strong so that you can lose on a higher level.
Wait, wasn't there some video out there of some kid trying to go Super Saiyan?
There's multiple videos of that shit.
Yes,
multiple
videos. Not impressed.
Oh, I am.
The better ones were the one with the dude. Well, one of the better ones was the dude who was like in one of those like wind tunnel machines and was doing it and like shouting and like so then you've actually got like the hair flying all over. Like that was really
no.
That
one was
talking
about the little dumbass ghetto kid. Okay,
yeah,
kid who, if someone could find this, that would be great. Post that up. There was a kid
who told himself
he was going to go Super Saiyan 3. And he said he was going to go Super Saiyan 3 because if you know anything about how reality works, it'll happen as long as you believe. This is why I tell people existentialism is the most dangerous thing that Americans have, because this dumbass was being serious. He thought that if he believed hard enough and screamed hard enough, he could turn into a Super Saiyan 3. So this kid started screaming and intensifying so loud he was cutting off his own brain circulation, so he occasionally kept blacking out in the middle of the video and his eyes were rolling back in his head and it looked like it was a bobblehead with the eyes missing, and then he would just come back in and start screaming, and then he for some reason took his shirt off that had nothing to do with anything, and then after it's over he stands up and says, "I am like Jalen or Jaden, the Super Saiyan 3. Oh man, I was laughing.
Shit was crazy.
I was laughing for 2 fucking weeks. I want to go find that video. Well, yeah.
Just Google kid tries to go Super Saiyan.
Go find that video.
See, I'm just picturing Cop like all of a sudden, like just having enough of your shit and just like going in the middle of a GameStop, just dual wielding and just like fucking screaming, just.
Oh my god! It's the first thing that comes up when I typed in "kid goes" in the middle of fucking YouTube. I typed in "kid goes" and it's the first thing that shows up.
Kid goes Super Saiyan. Oh my
god. Okay, stop. Everybody stop. I'm about to hit the video.
Oh God,
we
no,
can all
please.
Watch it together on the count of 3. Everyone hit the play button when I start counting.
Oh God.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, YouTube?
I think it's 5.5 minutes.
This is something that's been on my heart for a long time, and all I ever wanted to be in life was a Super Saiyan. Ever since I was a kid, I used to always look up to Goku and Vegeta, Gohan. I used to just look at them and just wonder, like, how come I'm just a human being? I'm so worthless. Oh, what can I do? I can run. I can jump. I can flip. And it's just like we are so limited as human beings.
I think I might be like a couple seconds
when I see superheroes.
If you said 3 to hit click.
Why can't we be that exciting and that awesome? Like, why can't I wake up and if I'm late for school, just teleport there and be on time? But I feel like, during that time of meditation and just thinking about it, I realized something. All of that is possible and more. It's all in here. It's all in your mind. Think about anything that you ever tried to do. You thought to yourself, man, I could never do that. But then when you practiced it, guess what? You got better at it and you actually achieved it, didn't you? It's the same thing when you look at superpowers.
Fuck.
Of course, it sounds absurd when you first look at it, but if you try it, you know, if you actually set your mind to it and believe,
Yeah,
you can
let me
achieve
try
it.
to have
Got a point.
X-ray
He
vision.
hasn't. You
I
haven't
saw a
tried hard
Chinese
enough to
man
fly.
set a piece of paper on fire with just the power of his hands. Now you gonna tell me that that was fake? No, it wasn't fake. He channeled that energy from within, and he believed, and he channeled that energy through the creation of his mind, of what his mind believed, and what he spoke into existence, of the power that he had.
That's called existentialism.
You understand what I'm saying?
That isn't real.
I feel like anything that you set your mind to, your mind will, your mind
When
can
you
create
believe
that
this,
force.
this is basically called
Because your mind is
being
just this
on
powerful
ecstasy.
machine that is, whatever you
Or
set it
being
to,
on,
and you believe, and you work towards achieving it, you can do it. You can do it, and I believe I can be a Super Saiyan. So this
I
is my
believe for
first
you,
time
kid. You've convinced me.
exposing this side of me to the world.
Oh boy.
And I know a lot of y'all laughing, but people who really, that are on my level of intellect, they understand what I'm saying, and thank y'all for understanding. And
Pretty sure the authorities are not
No.
laughing.
I'm gonna attempt to go Super Saiyan on film, and I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. This is my first attempt, and I'm believing.
Spoiler
and I'm gonna
alert, he survived
create that
this,
energy and
apparently,
channel
because
through
they
my
made it
mind.
online.
Now, I might not turn full Super Saiyan. I might turn full Super Saiyan, or you might just see a glimpse of it, of that power. But this is my first attempt. I'm gonna turn the music on. Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
All right, kid, gotta go fast.
This is it. All right.
Music.
Watch and be amazed or disturbed.
All right, kid, gotta go fast.
Fuck, here we go.
All right.
There's. He's got this hot meditative music here. Will his afro grow is my question. Turn blonde.
Just imagine that he's getting head out of the table right now.
Oh God, no! It's terrible.
The music just cuts out immediately. He's overpowering the music. And that forehead. That forehead vein is never real.
The forehead vein makes Klingons blush with envy.
Oh, he's soaking it with
It's almost painful to watch.
I'm done.
dude, as a voice actor,
I could potentially make your throat hurt even worse.
everybody shut the fuck up.
My name is Jalen, and I am a Super Saiyan.
Oh man, so many black points lost. Hey, guys. Hey, let me say something. Y'all know the real reason why this motherfucker couldn't go Super Saiyan? Oh my God.
I could say something terribly racist now.
I fucking love
Gotta
that
get a
kid.
screen cap or something here.
I fucking love that kid.
Yep. Pretty funny.
Oh my God, he did another
Oh my
one.
God.
I'm scared to click it though.
What?
He did
Another one?
video. Jalen
No.
the
That's
Super
not-
Saiyan is back. That's what it's called.
Oh my God. Why?
Mhm.
Because there is no God. That's why. You answered your own question, silly.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well.
Ah.
Oh my God.
What's up,
Did
YouTube?
anybody not go? Did anybody not go?
I think everyone's gone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan kind of sort of just
Yeah.
bullshitted, but it was a funny bullshit, so I give him a pass. Also, yeah, y'all should click that new video I put in because it's only 50 seconds.
Yeah, I also contributed.
Posted notes.
Is it
Yes,
gonna
video.
fucking? Yeah, I'm trying to. It's there. It goes. I loved. I had to screen cap because this was one
Oh
of the
yeah, Blasphemous HD.
Like,
Nice.
at the dude's face watch. It's just sort of my thing of like I have a lot of questions.
Guys, click this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, it's not about Vegeta.
His video maybe then he wouldn't have
My name is Jalen, and I am a Super Saiyan.
Is it wrong of me that I feel like the blonde hair should have come out a little curlier at the end?
No, you're not. People have hypothetically drawn black Super Saiyans as long as black people have had access to Dragon Ball. I've even asked them, hey, would our hair color get puffier, or what would it do? Would it just change colors? No one has a really a correct answer, so to speak, but that's not their fault. There's been no black Super Saiyans.
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't feel like a terrible person. I just want to point that out. Because when you do something funny that you, even if you don't know it's funny, it's not our fault when the person laughs at you. Toddlers say funny shit because they don't know shit is right or wrong. That doesn't mean you're an asshole if you think it's funny. Oh, man. Whew.
Much.
Whew. Okay, well, this has been another hilarious episode of Token Games Podcast, but I'm gonna recover.
I just wanted to take this time.
And I will see you guys later. Because apparently we did another video.
Talk to the sexy ladies.